Franklin Roosevelt.
Taxes, after all, are the dues that we pay for the privilege of membership in an organized society. And as society becomes more civilized, government, national and state and local, is called on to assume more obligations to its citizens. The privileges of membership in a civilized society have vastly increased in modern times. But I am afraid we have many who still do not recognize their advantages and want to avoid paying their dues.
There you go. So here's the situation. Back in the day, back in the 1930s, Supreme Court Justice Louis Brandeis famously said, actually it was 1944, he said, we must make our choice. We may have democracy, or we may have wealth concentrated in the hands of a few, but we can't have both. He was right. And Americans in the election of 1932, Roosevelt took office in March of 1933. Americans chose democracy over great wealth. And Franklin Roosevelt put into place a 91% top income tax bracket. Now, doesn't mean everybody paid 91%. You only paid that after you made millions of dollars a year. And a 48% top corporate income tax bracket. Again, only the very, very small handful of most profitable corporations would have even paid that. But with the money from those taxes, during the 46 years from the time that Franklin Roosevelt was elected until the time that Ronald Reagan came into office, we got from the Democrats, the Republicans opposed every single one of these things. We got Social Security, the minimum wage, unemployment insurance, world-class public schools, nonprofit requirements for hospitals and health insurance companies, free to very inexpensive state colleges, the right to unionize, civil rights legislation, voting rights legislation, publicly owned utilities, new highways and airports, quality mass transit, antitrust laws to maintain competition and protect small businesses, Medicare, the Environmental Protection Agency, Medicaid, school lunch programs and food stamps, workplace non-discrimination for women and racial minorities, tax deductibility for interest payments on car loans and credit cards, federal deposit insurance to protect people from bank failures, Head Start, and literally hundreds of laws that protected consumers and the environment from corporate predation and dangerous products. As Franklin Roosevelt said,
on the one hand, there has been a vast majority of citizens who believe that the benefits of democracy should be extended and who are willing to pay their fair share to extend them. And on the other hand, there has been a small but powerful group which has fought the extension of these benefits because it did not want to pay a fair share of their costs.
And we're there right now. Joe Biden is proposing this 20% unavoidable tax on billionaires, and they're saying, oh, no, that's... And we'll revisit this at the top of the hour, but as Michael Hiltzig notes in his book, The New Deal, A Modern History, quote, the WPA, the World Works Progress Administration, produced, among many other projects, 1,000 miles. Now, this was all from that 91% income tax, right? The WPA produced 1,000 miles of new and rebuilt airport runways, 651,000 miles of highway, 124,000 bridges, 8,000 parks, 18,000 playgrounds and athletic fields, some 84,000 miles of drainage pipes, 69,000 highway light standards, 125,000 public buildings, and among the latter were 41,300 brand new schools. As Franklin Roosevelt said,
our present emergency...
Oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong one.
But you would think, to hear some people talk, that those good people who live at the top of our economic pyramid are being taxed into rags and tatters. But what is the fact? The fact is that they are much further away from the poorhouse than they were in 1932. And you and I know that as a matter of personal observation.
And today, the billionaires made $1.7 trillion just during the pandemic, as FDR said.
A number of my friends who belong in these very high upper brackets have suggested to me on several occasions of late that if I am reelected president, they will have to move to some other nation because of high taxes here. Now, I will miss them very much.
And there you go. As the headline over at Time magazine reads, quote, the top 1% of Americans have taken $50 trillion from the bottom 90%, and that's made the U.S. less secure. Franklin Roosevelt was absolutely right, and Joe Biden is channeling him right now, and thank God.